Hi there, and welcome to the Y Factor podcast.
Wait, sorry, what are we talking about?
The Y Factor podcast. It's where young elected politicians, or YEPs, share how they're making real changes across Europe.
Alright, I'm in. Let's hear what the future sounds like.
Welcome to Yaps on the Ground, the podcast that brings young voices to the heart of Europe. Today, our guest is Mr. Kevin Cauchi, a former young elected politician, now alternate member at the Committee of the Regions for the EPP Group. Mr. Cauchi is from Gozo, a gem of the Maltese Islands. Welcome, Mr. Cauchi.
Hello, Alessandro, and all young politicians out there. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to share with you some of my experiences, both as a mayor of my locality and also as a member of the Committee of Regions.
Thank you very much, Mr. Cauchi. Before we dive into the conversation, I would like to start with two quick questions to start getting a little bit better. So you can answer me with both questions. What is your motto in life? Something that guides you in your daily life, maybe also when you were a former YEP, that also drives your life inside and outside of politics? And when did you first feel as a European?
Okay, so to answer your first question, my motto in life, I think I can make it in three words, three simple words: listen, learn, and lead. I think there are three very, very important and powerful words. Listening, because it's very important to listen both in life and in politics and outside politics, because when you are surrounded with other people, your family, your friends, your colleagues, your residents, or whoever it is, they can give you a suggestion, they can give you some feedback, they can even give you criticism. But whatever it is, there is nothing to lose by listening. And when you listen, automatically you start learning. So learning is also an important part. The learning process is very, very important all in all your lifetime, not only when you're young, not only when you're in politics, but learning is a lifelong process, and it is crucial for our personal growth, for our professional success, and the ability to navigate and enter into this ever-changing world. And I think it's also important for me as a mayor to keep learning on new ways to improve the well-being of the citizens. And also as a mayor, it's also important to lead, leading and making decisions. I have been involved in several local organizations and NGOs, and now my role as a mayor, I have always learned that you need to take responsibility and you need to lead and make the important decisions.
Thank you very much. That is very interesting, and I feel that this could be definitely shared by other people, other leaders, other young elected politicians. Moving into the next section of this episode, could you tell us about your political role at the local level, also when you were a YEP, and how it connects to our work at the Committee of the Regions? And also, can you share with us a project or an initiative you've been involved, again, also maybe when you were a former young elected politician, and that has been very impactful and significant to your community and also to your political life?
Yes, I think that first of all, it's worth saying that I am from the locality of Ainsilem. Ainsilem is a small village. It is the gateway of Gozo. Gozo is another island, a sister island of the country, the island of Malta. I was elected as a mayor in 2019, and I am from this small town of the population is around 3,500. And it is worth mentioning that being an island, forming part of another island, this means that we suffer from what is called the double insularity, which means that being the periphery of another island, we have sort of saying double the problems. In fact, when we need to go, for example, abroad, we need first to take the ferry to Malta and then take a plane to the rest of Europe. So obviously that brings a number of challenges. And I think that at the end of the day, this is our job, being members of the European Community of Regions. And I think it's true to connect our challenges with the aims of the COR, because it gives the local authorities and small towns such as ours, such as Lansilem, a voice in the European Union legislative process. And I think it would be next to impossible, if not through such channels, to bring forward our challenging realities. And also to address certain specific problems, and to ensure at the end of the day, and this is very important, that there is a fair allocation of resources to region like ours. Also, to continue with your questions, even the one before, when you said how I felt being truly European, I must say that it's important to mention that Malta has joined the European Union back in 2004. So that's a little bit more than 20 years ago. And the first time sort of I felt European was actually when we joined the Schengen area and the euro currency. So that makes it more part of Europe. But having said that, and turning to the last question, being an island and being far away from the rest of the mainland has got its own challenges. So we are glad that we have got this platform at the Committee of Region to speak about the challenges, about the cohesion policy, and what's needed to bring islands such as ours on the same equality in terms of investment, in terms of opportunities, like the rest of other cities in Europe.
Thank you very much. That is a really interesting point, and exactly moving to the next question. We know how for islands it is particularly difficult to allocate resources, given that sometimes resources are very limited. And the fact that you're Maltese is very important for us, especially for our podcast. And I would like to move to the next question, which is exactly, how does geography influence policies related to infrastructure, education, and in general economic sustainability?
Yes, as I have been saying before, Malta is an island, and Alessandro, the size of our island is just 316 kilometers square, and the population of the whole country is approximately 600,000. So that makes it the same size of a small city in Europe. To add that, we also are an island with all its challenges, and we do not have any, or let's put it this way, we have got limited natural resources. So to put everything together, this obviously creates a number of challenges, both politically, economically, and also in other scenarios, both for infrastructure and also in terms of sustainability. But it's worth mentioning that throughout these years when we joined the European Union, there has been a lot of investment. In fact, our membership with the European Union has been a game changer because we saw a lot of investment and cohesion funds in large infrastructural projects, including the road network, for example, which is very important to us, and also environmental infrastructure. This was also, it's worth mentioning, not only Malta, but it was also felt in the island of Gozo, where Anselm is from. Gozo also benefit a lot from the TEN-T network, which is the practically the road network which connects the furthest part of Gozo to the rest of the mainland Europe. The RDF funds in terms of agricultural sector, where a lot of investment was made to help our farmers, which obviously saw a lot of challenges and competition once we joined the single market. And I also think that consecutive Maltese governments and the European Union together, I think, have managed to address our unique geographical challenges of being an island. And all in all, I think that it was or it is a success story, to put it sort of.
Now, moving to another section of this episode, like many of our guests, you've been an active young politician when you were a former young elected politician. However, what's particularly interesting for us is learning about your journey coming from an island like Gozo, like Malta, that is not only geographically distant from continental Europe, but also has its own unique set of features. And with this regard, in your opinion, what role does the EU play in empowering youth and fostering growth in island community?
Yes, I still remember my experience as a young elected politician. I was very excited actually, and when I was chosen to represent my region of Gozo. And I still remember back then my first experience at the European Parliament, at the Committee of Regions, and I could see the way different regions could operate together to ensure an aspect which is very important for us as politicians, for our job as local council, on a regional level, national level, to ensure equality for everyone, including the youths. And it's worth mentioning that our youths now have a lot of opportunities through exciting European Union programs. I must mention, for example, the Erasmus Plus program, which gives a lot of exciting opportunity, not only to politicians, but in different areas, in different regions, different sort of opportunities. And it's also worth saying that I saw during my experience in the Committee of Region the importance of the investment in digital literacy and the skills across all European regions. Something which is well promoted, and there are a lot of opportunities, especially for our young ones. And I would like to appeal everyone to speak with us. There are also specialized offices which can help us take opportunities of these youth exchanges, youth programs. I would also like to say that all these programs are vital to overcome our geographical isolation and connect, obviously, to the rest of the global markets. So to conclude, yes, I think while the challenges are always there, I think that there are a lot of assistance and a lot of investment to ensure that our youths can take advantage of the opportunities they would like to take.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, to have opportunities for youth budget is vital. And with this regard, I would like to move to the last question, asking you, do you think there are adjustments to be done to the EU budgetary strategy especially with regards to islands regions or like specific necessity for islands?
Yes, I think that there is the budget, in my opinion, they reflect a lot of long-term planning, and I think that in such islands and some regions such as ours, it's also very important that we ensure that the European Union and the budget and the cohesion policy is very much more, to put it this way, flexible, fast and efficient, because sometimes we need to act fast to address certain short-term challenges and short-term needs. And we also need to give more power and obviously financial assistance to local and regional authorities like ours, and offer more direct funding. And I think it is very important to cities and small villages like ours. And finally, more important, make all the procedure more simplified, less bureaucratic, to ensure that we can make the necessary investment as quickly as possible and in the most efficient way.
Mr. Cauchi, thank you very much for joining us today and for sharing your valuable insights and experiences, especially from Malta. And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in. If you'd like to learn more about Mr. Kevin Cauchi's work, you'll find more information in the episode description. Stay tuned for more conversations with inspiring young Europeans, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram for updates. Make sure to catch our next episode to discover who will be joining us as the next host and guest. Thank you.